Guys and girls, welcome back to my channel. I've been having a bit of issues on the last videos of audio. Don't know if you guys picked that hum in the background. I've been having difficulty trying to figure out what it is. I think I've solved it now. Let me know in the comments if you still hear something. I'll also hear it in the editing and see if it's all gone. Okay, today's video. Most of the American boys will know SVS Prime Towers. We've had SVS subs for a long time, but we weren't able to get the speakers for the reason that clips was the main level of speaker that Homation had in this price point, and getting the towers in would have been too close a competition or a clash of brands. But as you guys know from my previous videos, Clips has now moved from Homation to Planet World, which in a way, like I said, is a good thing, because now we can get these. And guys, goosebumps, I've heard these on Thursday. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Granted, I heard them on a Mishi with speaker cables more expensive than the speakers themselves, because that is what was running in that room. So I'm going to put them on more inline amplification. We'll do receiver power, we'll do power amp, in the same sort of budget. So we stick apples with apples and get a proper demo and representation of what these can sound like. So the next following few videos is going to be a whole SVS series, and I'm starting these off with the Prime Towers. This is the small tower in the range. After this we get the Pinnacle, then we get the bookshelves, then we get the satellites, then we get the height one. Then there's also a powered speaker that will come later. It's only going through power rating testing for South Africa at the moment before we can get our hands on those. But I've got a whole line of stock coming soon, so we can do the videos on these. So for now, this is going to be the unboxing, and then as always we'll do the testing, and then we will put them up against some of the favorites. We'll bring in Monitor, bring in Clips, bring in Bowers, and we put them up against, and we see how these stack. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into these. Firstly, shipping, very SVS like. Oh, you know what I see is different now, the way they do it. The speaker cuts open this way, so we're not going to need to pull the whole box off. This might be interesting. Okay, all the normal stuff. I just want to see, is there a side we need to cut open? On the front, we just have, this is a black ash finish, also available in gloss. Prime Tower speaker. Where did it say? Also designed and engineered by SVS Ohio, USA. Made in the PRC, exclusively for SVS. So I'm thinking, let's cut that side because it makes sense to cut that side. I for one am very excited. I've always wanted to have SVS speakers in South Africa, and many of my clients have asked me, why don't we get SVS speakers? So this is very cool. Okay, so packaging, good, minimalist but good. I'm going to try and do this so you guys can see. Oh, so it's a whole thing that pulls out. At the bottom, or was that the top? Here we have the registry on your SVS products. We have a user manual, we have the brochure for their subs, wires, transmitters, etc, etc. Let's see how we get this out. Are we sliding or are we picking up? Okay, so I think it's designed to pick up. Let's see. No, that's not the way. Let's try the sliding again. Yeah, that's the way. So slide it out the box. Their subs also like to be the same measure, same way to slide it out the box. Get the top off. Okay, this is the bottom. So at the bottom we have the SVS. Let me just move this back a bit so we can use the light. The SVS feet, these should be able to come off. And then you should be able to fit the isolation feet if you want to fit them to these. These, I don't know if I would waste my money on that. I don't know. They give a lot of bass from what I've heard, but it's not subwoofer like bass. So I think these feet will be good enough. Okay, let's tilt this over. Bring it up. That off. Take that off. Let's bring this back. Walk it on the carpet. Okay, here we have a whole moisture baggie. This slides off. That comes off. And here we have, it's quite heavy for a speaker that's not that big. The grill, firstly, let's go over the cabinet. Black ash finish, which I like. Face is tapered at a degree where it goes bigger to the bottom, so it gives the speaker a slimline look. The grill follows that. Grill is not magnetic. It pushes in with these small little pins into a rubber grommet. Magnetic would be nice, but I do like this. It's a sturdier design, and it does go on very easily. I know some guys are going to say they want magnetic, but I no. I kind of like this. There we go. Easy on, easy off. Then let's go over the drivers in the cabinet. Okay guys, so let's quickly go over the spec. There's a nice little SVS logo on here. We have a 1-inch aluminium tweeter. I think it's aluminium. I'll just post in the spec. What is nice about this is they follow the suit of companies like Definitive Tech, where there's what's the exact terminology for this? There's like a diffraction type of or a ring diffractor, I'll get the right name in the spec, that they put over the aluminium tweeter to break up the harshness. And the same with this little dome on top, so you can get the detail but that harshness doesn't hit you head on the ear. When I heard these, I still said to Alan, they got a Deftec like sound to them, and he said yeah, that's what's grabbing him as well. So very cool. We have a 4-inch mid-range for a nice tight mid bass. We have two 6.5 bass drivers on this. 20 to 250 watt power rating, 30 hertz to 25,000 kilohertz tuned. And at the back, if we turn this baby around, quite heavy, almost a 20 kilogram cabinet. We have dual ports. I think these are 1.7 inch ports, and they are flared. How deep do they go in? Not too deep. They're about that deep into the cabinet. Being dual ports, interestingly enough, on the spec, I saw this is a 3.5 way speaker. So I'll try and get some internals of this cabinet as well, so we can see what the layout is on the inside. We have your normal dual binding posts, so no bi wiring on the set. I'm guessing that will be on the bigger, more expensive Pinnacle Prime Pinnacle Prime speaker. That will most likely be next. But okay guys, so that is the SVS speaker. Minimalist look, very discreet to disappear in your cinema or stereo room. I'm going to drag these to the front room now, start playing. These have had some playing time. I think this is the set that Homation had up, I'm not sure, but I'm going to give them some decent playing time, and then we will see what they sound like. I'm just looking at the build quality now of lines and stuff lining up, but all looks good, built very well as you would expect from a company like SVS. Guys, stay tuned. The testing is going to be in the same video. Wait for that one. Cheers. Okay, I've had some time with these SVS speakers. Don't know if you can see my goosebumps. How can a speaker that is this small, guys, I'm getting goosebumps all over. This is a small, look at the footprints of the speaker compared to the Bowers and the clips. It is a small speaker, and what I liked about this approach is everything has got into the sound. You know, it's nothing much to look at. It's a black ash finish. Yes, they put some nice bevels on the side, but it's you know, it's not an insane finish. It's got a normal-ish speaker bracket. Speaker grill. I actually prefer this without the speaker grill. I like that. But this sound, and this is what SVS has been known for all these years. Keeping in mind, this is the first SVS speaker I'm listening to and reviewing, but SVS speakers and me have come from the beginning, and it's always been what they're good at. In the beginning, they were bang for buck, and as time evolved, they become a premium brand, bringing technology into it. But these speakers take me back to the original SVS, where there was no fluff, there was no overcomplicating the technology. It was just proper drivers combined with proper crossovers and properly engineered boxes. I mean, these things, they are solid, even though they are built at a budget price point. Price point being the one that's a bit vague at the moment. These were flown in for demo and review, and we have sort of estimates of what pricing is going to be, but it's not final and set in stone. But I am thinking they're going to be the same price as the Clips or 800Fs that technically these will be replacing at Homation on that sort of level. But sound quality of these go more towards the RPs and not the Rs. I don't know, I'm not going to put them up head to head in this video. I'm going to save that for another video, but maybe we should do it in this video. No, it's too much. I need to completely bring those forward, pack all the stuff off it. So this video is going to be solely to introduce the SVS speakers to you. I'm going to go through the entire SVS range, from the bookshelves to the they got the bookshelves, they got the monitor, there's a few of them, then there's the center, then there's the elevation, and then we have the prime tower that should also come in this week. So I'll have a different episode, let's call this the SVS range of those speakers, and then we're going to start doing some shootouts, and I can promise you these things are going to destroy some of the competition. I'm actually scared to put them up against. Already, if I just compare this to the Clips, because I'm comparing it now, because it is sort of, we're still going to be doing Clips, but this will be Homation's brand now, competing against. I'm taking this. There's no competition. How they got the sound out of these 6 inches. I'm going to do some demos now. The normal type of royalty-free stuff I do. I tweaked my mic a bit. You guys must let me know how it sounds now, if it's better, and then if you can hear better, and let's see if I can get this demo to you properly. I'm going to go different volume levels as well, like a moderate to a very high. I've not been able to get these to distort at all, and you would think the aluminium tweeter would get like a bit screechy and stuff. It doesn't. The way they did that ring, I forget the word still, I'll look it up and post it. It makes it sound sublime. It's got a very definitive tech sound for me, just without the active woofers. And I wasn't expecting the bass. something with how they arranged that inside. I'll look for some internal pics. While I was listening to music on these, I was looking at the Pinnacle and I could see the internal build. It's insane what they did at this price. And even the Pinnacle not being very, very expensive. Not as affordable as these, but not way, way more. But yeah, let's get to a bit of testing on these. And then I'll get back to you after that. We're starting this off at about minus 20 decibel. So just on that song already, they did something to, if I need to explain how these speakers sound for the guys that listen to a lot of speakers, very neutral speaker, but not as neutral as the Polk R700. There's a bit more liveliness to that tweeter, being aluminium dome. There's a bit more liveliness, but not harsh at all. We could almost push to a reference now. I don't want to go reference because what happens eventually, I overpower the mic and it just sort of, when you get that, it just flattens out eventually. So there's no point in going up that high. But it's neutral, but airy and high with extreme detail. I can hear all little nuances going around, all the instrumentals, and then the mid. They do something to that mid. It's a hell of a mid-bass punch. And I think that's what makes it feel so powerful. You can feel the presence of the music. That mid also being 3.5 away. So I think there's a lot of sharing between those two drivers. And then with the low down, you can actually, you feel those low downs. It goes into the floor. Very, very well made speaker at this price point. Almost too well. And then I mentioned the R700s, which are still one of my favorite speaker, the Polk R700. How does that stack up to this? The R700 costs more than double this price. It's a way bigger speaker. It has more bass. The mids are about on par. And then on the highs, I actually think I slightly prefer this. So if I had to get them for the same price, yeah, I'll go R700. But at this difference, this one. Yes. I can't wait to hear the Pinnacle because that's going to be a more fair comparison. But I'm absolutely blown away by the speaker. Let's go into the next demo track. the F? How? This last song with the jazz. Check my goosebumps. Look at this. Look at that. This last jazz song shows exactly what the speaker can do. If you've got good quality headphones, listen closely. The way that bass goes dum 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 dum. You hear every single bass beat. You hear it all as it goes down. Dum dum dum. And when it's that last one, it's so low. You feel it in the bottom of your spine. How did they do this? And all the years I've been hearing guys raving about SVS speakers, and I always thought, you know, how good can they be? They are that bloody good. It's very seldom that I get this surprised. And when I saw the size, I went there on Thursday to go and have a look because, you know, Alan told me they're very good. So then I always go, I trust Alan. Our taste is very much the same. But it's also their new brand they're getting in. So, you know, you expect a bit of hype on this. And also you guys watching now, if you think I'm hyping this up, you are so wrong. I went in there expecting not much. I saw them and I was like, oh man, they don't look like much. They're small, 6.5s. You know, how good are they going to be? And then he played them, and he played them on a Michi with speaker wires costing more than the speakers themselves. And I was like, that's not fair. I'm going to bring them in and give them a fair test. And we are playing through the Cinema 50. So we're not pushing them insane power. And look at what we could do. Mind blown. 87 dB sensitive. So, not the most sensitive speaker in the world, but easy to drive. I had no issues now. No issues. So, I'm going to go through this whole SVS series, and then we are going to start putting them up against some competition. I've got a lot of plans. So guys, stay tuned. Like, subscribe, share. Let's get this video to perform as well as the previous video did. The previous video being my best performing video ever. More than 1,000 views per day. For me, that's a lot. And I appreciate you guys for sharing this. I love the comments. Guys, you are spamming the comments. Spam them. Let's see I love to hear your views, what you would like to see. I've got a lot of guys asking for speakers we don't get in SA, which is a pity. Maybe later we'll get them. Like I say, these came now. Ascendo is coming soon. I have some very interesting news as well of a very big company that contacted me today to start doing some stuff with them. So very excited for that venture. I think that's going to open up a whole new path for us. The website and the YouTube store is going to be up soon. We should have something to show by the end of this week. I think SVS might be one of the first brands that is going to be going into the YouTube store for you guys that are interested. We do not have stock yet. These have been flown in just to get stock into demo rooms. As for physical client stock, none yet. We will be able to give you pricing soon and we can start filling back orders, but nothing can go out at this moment. So guys, be patient. It's going to be worth the wait. But until the next video, guys, stay safe. See you next time. Cheers. Bye.